So hey guys, what's up? This is Ezekiel, and today we'll be playing another episode of King of Thieves, the series, walkthrough, guide, whatever you want to call it. So in the last episode, it was mainly just the introduction where, we started out the game as our brand new player Pocket Island, went through some levels, did a couple of raids, and here we are right now. So there are some good news and some bad news. The good news is that we actually finished our upgrade for our lock capacity thing right here, but we have nothing. We don't have enough gold to keep upgrading it at the moment, so we're gonna have to just upgrade maybe this in the meantime. And some more bad news is that someone actually stole the gem that we were making over here, and it was actually from this guy named Santo, not Santa, Santo. And I actually already tried to retrieve it myself, but we failed, and so yeah, it kind of sucks, but it's fine because we can actually just raid some more bases in order to get it back. But anyways, what we're going to do now is that we're going to first collect this gem right over here. It's only worth 100, but it's better than nothing, And so, after doing that, we're going to do a couple of levels just to get to the second totem over here. And then from there, we're going to do a couple of matches, and maybe I'll show you guys my new base that I'm using right now. So, which is this. So anyways, let's just get things started. So typically, you don't necessarily need to play all the single player levels to really get far in the game. Unless you want to get all the mines and the totems in advance, then sure, you can do that. But personally, I prefer just to wait on it until I actually need to do these single player bases, because you can actually get a fair amount of gold if you keep saving the bases and you don't raid them necessarily too early on. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Every single time I do these episodes, I'll do a couple of single player bases, but I'm not gonna do all of them all at once, just because I want to have some for future episodes. So there we go, we got the flawless right there. A nice 860 gold to add to our little amount right here. Could be useful for future upgrades. So we have about maybe, just 2 more raids, and then we'll get our next totem right here. So, like I said before, there are some bases here that are a little bit tricky, and of course it's the last lock, so why am I not surprised? But there are some bases here that could be tricky, as long as you are very cautious and you're aware of what's actually going on the screen, then you should be perfectly fine. You can also just watch what I'm doing just to see, you can copy what I do just to help you if you haven't beat these bases yet. But there's tons of videos out there by now that have all these walkthroughs and stuff that you can basically copy so that you can beat the bases if you really need to do that. So that was actually pretty close. I'm surprised that we actually lived that. So there we go. I got another about 940, so pretty much 1,000 gold, which is nice. And then here is our next base, just ready to be moved into. So after we complete our totem in our previous base, we can actually move into this base. And this is the main mechanic of the game, where whenever you complete all your teeth in your previous totem in your old base, then you get to move on into new bases where things will just get better and harder from there. So as you can see, there's actually a very, very long way to go. It's not just those maps, it actually goes all the way up here and then into this lava area full of volcanoes and stuff, and then it just goes into the North Pole, and then who knows what goes on after that. So yeah, those are just the levels right there. So let's do a couple of raids now that we have a decent amount of gold as well as enough keys. Now this base right here, this could be a challenge. I'm actually going to try this one because it actually looks pretty interesting. And so what we need to try is we need to time our jumps ever so correctly so that we can actually go through the double cannon shots, really. And I'm actually struggling here because, it's actually kind of difficult, not gonna lie. So yeah, it's asked me to do this trap thing right here, which is something I haven't actually talked about yet. So there are potions in this game that you can use. There's several different types that will have different abilities and effects when you use them. The first one is the Gang of Thieves, where basically it's going to make more of you, where you can actually, if I do it right now, it's going to make a bunch of you, so it's actually going to be a lot easier for you to you know, get to the, I guess to the totem while having other clones to distract specific traps right here. So we got to the totem, didn't actually get the 3-star because I kept dying right there because, you know, bit of a struggle, but it's fine because we actually leveled up our gold capacity at the exact same time. So let's see, we can't actually upgrade any of these yet. I'm actually not going to upgrade this for a while because typically if you're sculling, and that's something that I do enjoy doing, you want to have low locks so that anyone can raid your base and thus increase the chances of someone like dying a lot to your base. This one right here, it seems slightly easier, so we'll try this. Yeah, there you go. Only took 1 lock, so that's good. So this time, let's be a little bit more cautious. Let's try to jump like, you know, if we can time this ever so right. Here we go. There we go. Okay, now we're in the center, and now we just need to find the right moment to jump into the next area right here. I'm just being very, very cautious because I don't want to die again. That was kind of a terrible run on my part on the first time, but hopefully this one will be slightly better. Oh no, I messed up. Oh no. Okay, yeah, I already messed up that time. But actually, I guess you could just do this too. Sometimes I guess just YOLOing it and then just going full speed ahead will actually be the advantage here. So can we actually get this gem? Yes, we get. Okay, so that's 345. Not too bad, not as good as our last gem, but we'll just put this in here for now. It'll take about 50 minutes, which kind of sucks, but we could speed it up if we wanted to, but I don't think it's necessary. We might, though, if it really matters. But for now, we actually got that gem right there. You still here? Thought you might have quit by now. Of course not, of course not. So we have about a day, about 2 days really to catch up to get to the top 3. At this rate though, I'm not really sure if we can. I mean, 3rd place is only at about 4,600 and I'm about 1,000 behind. So, I mean, if we keep raiding consistently, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. So we already did a base like this. Ooh, we can try this base. This base actually looks pretty challenging. Also has a fair amount of gold. So let's try this one. So, oh yeah, the potions as well. So if we die here, then I'll just, I'll tell you guys what the potions actually do. So how do you do this particular base? Oh, wait, what? Oh, never mind. This base actually wasn't too tricky at all. I guess this guy didn't realize that I could just do that. But we didn't get the gem this time, which kind of, you know, disappointing, but at the same time, it's perfectly fine. So let's just, I guess, keep raiding. Not a lot of gold in this one. This one has a fair amount. Has a lot of spikes though, but a lot of saw blades. I'm sure someone's gonna correct me. So anyways, these are the potions. I want to get to this. So if I click this will tell you that these potions do different things. So we've already gone through the King of Thieves potion. The slow motion potion, as it implies, will slow down the time, so it gives you more time to like do jumps. Personally, I almost never use this particular potion just because I prefer the fast-paced gameplay versus the very slow gameplay, although it, you know, your preferences may differ. And then the next one is the ghost potion, which is actually probably one of the more useful ones. So essentially it spawns in a ghost that shows you the correct path to take to get to the totem exactly. And this ghost is actually the player, the owner of the dungeon that you're raiding. So, you know, it's kind of cool. You get to see how to do it, and it's pretty helpful in harder bases. The Disable Traps potion is also pretty good, although it's not super reliable versus the Ghost potion, so it disables one of the random traps. So basically, it's equivalent to as if you rammed into the same trap over and over again and it killed you so many times, then disappears. This basically disables another trap that it'll basically just make your life so much easier when you're raiding bases. And then the last one is the Double Gold, which essentially just doubles the amount of gold that you find in the chest right here. So let's just see if we can do this base right now. I don't think it's super difficult. It's just that you need to find the right moment when the red guard is like turning like that, and then you do something like this, and then you should be in the clear. So as soon as he leaves, then we can actually just do this and get to the totem without any issues. Again, not a flawless victory, but we actually leveled up, so it didn't really matter, and we got the gem as well. 85 though, so you know, it's not necessarily the highest amount of gems, but it's fine. And if you're curious, we could buy things right here, but it costs a fair amount of orbs. We don't have enough really to do any of that, so we're gonna have to wait on that for now. But now we have another problem, which is that we can't actually continue raiding because we have no more space in our gem slots right here. Now we could continue raiding and we just have to find some really good gems to replace the not so good gems right here, but for now, we're just gonna, you know, not raid for a few minutes. We're actually gonna go back to it in just a moment, but I just want to do something else in the meantime. So let's actually reorganize this just because, you know, it's like an OCD kind of thing. I like to have like the highest gems first and then just kind of lower the value as we go along. So let's do this here, 570, and then if we have like the same amount of values right here, I just choose like I just choose random color just to make it look slightly nicer. So there we go, beautiful setup right here, and then we're just waiting on these to finish. So now I'll show you guys this base design that I actually made a few you know, moments ago off screen just because it was kind of difficult. So this base design uses an RG jump, or sorry, let me move this right here. I was actually doing some test editing before, but this uses an RG jump, aka the red guard jump, as well as just a saw blade jump. Actually, no, sorry, this is supposed to be here, as well as just a regular saw blade, which is over here, and then this backup red guard just to make things slightly difficult. So it is kind of difficult to pass this. You basically just gotta YOLO it and press twice in a row and see if you can actually make it. And if you happen to do, then you're able to, you know, just jump over the second red guard and then go over the saw blades no problem, like so. But yeah, if you're wondering how exactly all of this edit mode works, basically this is like the area where you're able to move your traps freely wherever you want. So you can move the door pretty much anywhere except for in the walls, because that's obviously not fair. You can also move the totem in different spots, and you can make a bunch of different types of combinations with the traps that are available to you. So, you know, instead, if I wanted to be a little bit more like daring, I could do something like this and then have maybe like the red guard spawning from like the bottom over here, and then just going up here, for example. So, you know, it makes it this much harder, so I'd have to go like here for a second, then go all the way here, and then just find like the right moment where I can actually jump into this little area right here. So I can make things really crazy and just do this flat out, and then just make it so that it's like this crazy, I don't know, but it just looks really freaking menacing, but you get the idea. So it's like this, and then as you can see, it's like you're gonna have to figure out a way how to pass these guys without dying if you can. Let's actually see if we can do that. That'd be really cool if we could on the first try. So if we do this, and yeah, so we didn't get it that time, but you get the idea. You can also change your traps here if you're wondering. So you do start out with these traps, but you can always buy better traps with either orbs and or gold. As you can see, like in this case, the orbs is actually a better choice, just because 30,000 is kind of difficult to get in this case, but the orbs is kind of worth it. But in future bases, you're pretty much going to always want to go for the gold one instead of the orbs, because this is going to get very expensive very quickly. And so, yep, we're going to exit without saving. And so, we could like do other things. I guess we can like look at this stuff if you're interested in that. So 10,000 though, like that's, or 9,497, which is technically 9,500, which is rounded up to like 10,000, but meh, you know, simple math. I guess we could actually try to do some more raids because we're really close, and I kind of want to get to 3rd place. So just for this once, we're gonna speed this up right now, finish the totem very quickly. So we have our nice new 915 gem slot right here. So there we go. And now Jeff comes back and says, from now on, you'll receive 1 magic item for each completed ritual. So basically, this is where we get into outfits now, I believe. If we can actually find it. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. So, so maybe I didn't necessarily have to... Actually, it was a good idea that we actually sped up the thing, because now there's a new tutorial. So, outfits. Outfits is basically like, you know, it changes the appearance of your thief, but it doesn't just make your thief look so much cooler or just gives them a different personality. It actually gives them specific buffs, and there's 4 available buffs that you can actually, or sorry, 4 possible buffs that you can do. You can either increase your HP or increase 3 specific stats that will help you when you're raiding other bases. So in this case, we're gonna make the Nimblefoot outfit, and he will give us an extra 10 HP, so it's gonna make us a little bit more tankier when we're going up against some tougher bases. So it only costs 2 leaves as well. Now there are 4 different currencies of resources. There are leaves, purple dust, mushrooms, and eyeballs being the rarest. And so we have crafted our Nimblefoot outfit. Now we're a ninja, yeah, with a red bandana. And so yeah, this outfit increases your health, and it looks pretty nice. Now if we collect more resources, we're going to be able to make a better, you know, we can either upgrade our current outfit or just go and buy some better outfits right here. In my other account, I have the White Shadow as my main, But as you can see, he cost a lot, like about 8 mushrooms and 8 eyeballs, and so we are definitely not going to get this anytime soon unless we're lucky. And then there's all these other outfits that we could get, but we need the resources to unlock them. So for now, we're going to roll with our new outfit, the Nimblefoot. As you can see, this is what he looks like. Looks pretty cool. And so what we're going to do now is that we're going to resume this. So since this is here, it's kind of nice too. If you remove this gem, I believe that you can't put it back in because it's already pretty big. Now, as you can see, we can't put this 1000 gem right here, which kind of sucks, but it's fine. And so we're going to put just this gem for now. Since they're both the same color, they're going to produce the Gang of Thieves potion, which is nice. And so we're just going to let that go for now. And let's do another raid, shall we? So I want to try to find a base that has a very high gem count this time. So the first couple of raids were just kind of for fun, but this one is going to be focused more on getting some really good gems, provided that we have enough gold in the end. Now we could try this one here, but this one's kind of difficult because, you know, like, even though we have a new outfit, like, it's gonna be a very big challenge to get past this and this at the same time, so we might have to just skip that for now. Let's look for something slightly easier but also has a good gem count as well. So none of these. It is kind of difficult at the start because, you know, bases like early on don't really yield like the best of gems. It's only way later in the game we're going to find like some really good gems that are going to significantly help you in ranking yourself up in the league system. And so, let's see. I can't really find anything that's worthwhile. Like, there's a lot of gems for sure, but it's just nothing that is super useful and or great to us. Some of them are even empty as well. And so, this one actually looks pretty good. I mean, there's already one trap upgrading, which is always a good thing. It makes your life a lot easier. And there's also just this saw blade to deal with. So we can just literally do this and we should be good. So that was actually not too bad. And these gems aren't exactly like, they're not great, but they're also not terrible. So yeah, 585, that is definitely not a bad count at all. Actually, let's see if we can actually swap this out right here for a second. We can make a much higher gem count if we use this gem, so let's just do that instead. And we might as well actually throw this away because it's pretty low. It's not going to be very helpful to us. And let's see, can we afford to do that? Yes, we're on the top 3 right now. And ooh, we got this new guy right here, Rastin. So he is the dude way up here, as you can see. And we're going to meet him along the way eventually, hopefully. So now we've outdone this dude right here, Ismail Mar, and now we're on the top 3 category right here. But he's actually pretty close, so we got to do a couple of raids just to ensure our spot on the top 3 right here. We also have plenty of time for some more raids. So let's once again look for some other bases that have some decent gems right here. This one's actually a very easy raid, but of course the gem isn't as good as you want. I mean, typically when you're starting out, you have 2 choices. You can either raid bases that are easy bases with a lot of gems, or just focus on, you know, be patient and look for bases with a high gem count. I mean, either way, you're gonna definitely progress in terms of ranks, but I recommend just finding bases with like a really high gem count versus bases that don't. And you can tell like what the value of the gem is going to be based on what it looks like. So this one looks pretty simple and standard, no cuts or anything. So I mean, there's just like the 2 cuts in the middle right there, but you can tell that that's not going to be worth too much versus a gem that looks something like, if I can find a good example, like this one for example, it's a little bit more detailed, and this signifies that this probably has a little bit more value to it. So let's actually try this base, just because that's the case. I'll show you guys if I can prove it. So let's just use our Nimblefoot outfit. Look at that, just professionally all ninja. So here we go, and now if we are lucky right here, yeah, there we go. Okay, I was worried there for a second, but we were able to pass that just fine. And so if we're lucky, we can actually pick this gem up, and yep, it's worth 310. So it's worth a little bit more than this one, as you can see. Actually, this is a really good example. You can see the difference of what they look like. So this is just like, you know, this yellow gem, for example, looks just like this. And then the higher tier one has this little like square in between it. So you can tell like how it's valued based on what they look like. So let's throw this away now. just because, you know, whenever you're full in space and you don't want to spend orbs like I just did to speed this up, then you just want to get rid of low value gems in order to get better gems. But just be careful not to do that too much, because sometimes you might get unlucky and be unable to find a gem that you really want to replace the one that you just sold. In this case, say you sold like a gem that's worth maybe 5,000 and then you gain a gem back that's only worth 2,000. So basically you're just decreasing your gem value for no apparent reason, so you want to be very careful with that. Now, let's try this one. This one doesn't look too bad. Now, I say that, but then it might be like a very bad idea. So let's just do this for now. And then, yeah, so maybe it's not like super difficult. So, if we're patient, come on, and right here. There we go. And there's no way that red guard's gonna catch up to us, because we're running pretty quickly. Like, I don't know, he seems to have a little bit of like some slow acceleration before he can actually get to us. And this one's worth 400, so definitely not a bad rate at all. So let's just continue our pattern right here, just because we have plenty of time. We can just keep raiding for a while now. And let's see, take a minute. No thanks. I would not like to rate the game. Even though I like this game, I don't need to rate it to, you know, the developers already know that I like this game. It's pretty obvious because I make all these videos and stuff. This space is weird. It has like a random saw blade in the wall right there. Not really sure what the purpose is, but, you know, I guess it's his base if he wants to do it like that. Let's just keep looking. Ooh, this one uses homing cannons. We have not encountered these yet, I don't think. So, if I didn't mention it, this game uses a significant amount of traps. There are secret birds, 2 types of cannons, the red guards, the spinners, and then there's the saw blades, the ricochets, and then the gravity traps. So there are a fair amount of traps that you will see in this game as you progress, but as you continue, it shouldn't be too terrible. Okay, so as you can see, like the homing cannons, they can be a little bit tricky. They follow you around where you move, so as long as you are just sticking to one path, then you should be okay. And there we go, got another gem that's worth about 345, not too shabby at all. Get rid of this one right here, and then let's reorganize this. So let's do this, and this. Okay, so as you can see, we're actually climbing the ranks pretty good now, so I wouldn't say that we've solidified our spot yet. I mean, we're only 1,000 ahead from this guy. If we're like in the 6,000 like range, then we should be really safe in terms of like no one's gonna steal our spot again. This guy's upgrading his traps, but you know, not good gems, so it's not really worth trying. Ooh, this one actually looks a bit challenging. Let's see if we can do this. And yes, we could. Okay, so it was a little bit of a challenge, but wasn't anything that was too difficult. Now this might be a little bit problematic though. Not really sure if we can do this, and we actually got through it, so that's actually pretty awesome. Nice. Come on. Yeah, there we go. So 370, yeah, pretty good. Definitely better than 105, so let's just sell this. And I think we can do this about 2 more times maybe until we can't really go any further, because it's like every couple levels there's like a specific spot where there's like a range of gems that you're gonna get, unless you're super lucky. But we're kind of close to that, because as you can see, most of our gems are about like maybe 400-ish to, you know, 1,000. So, you know, we can only raid so much until we can't really continue anymore. This one, ooh, this one actually has a good gem right there. I believe this is like one of those weird farming bases that people just make. So if we actually try this, you're gonna instantly get to this thing, no problem. So very nice of him. And actually, we got the gem right here. So that was really lucky. Look at that, 1,800. Whoa, that's like a massive increase. Now we're up to 2nd place, so, you know, if you're lucky, you're going to find bases like this. You can see, like, the outlining is also different for this one versus the second one. So, first tier looks like this, second tier looks like this, and the third tier has this extra cutout, like, of triangles on the top area, at least for the blue gems, but looks pretty snazzy. It's actually way better than the gem that we even had, like, our highest gem right there, so that's actually definitely a very good sign. So it's kind of funny because I just said that you gotta get lucky to find big gems like that, and I literally just found like a massive gem right there. So now we're in 2nd place. Woo! You don't give up. Great. I like a good laugh. Okay, nice. So if we can keep our spot in the top 3 right here, we can actually win some orbs as well as a ton of gold that's going to be useful for upgrades later on. So that's good for there. And let's actually, hold on, before we do that, let's quickly sell our gem right here, just so we have some space. Now, you don't have to sell your gems necessarily. Like, if you find a really high value gem, it's going to replace it automatically for you, but I like to sell the gems just in case, because I don't want them to get rid of, like, my higher gems in case something goes wrong. So let's see if we can find some good bases again. But this one's not too shabby, so let's see this, and it's already being attacked, so great. Someone already beat me to it. Ah, that's not fair. This one actually looks a bit of a challenge. Has a fair amount of gold though, so let's see. I assume that you gotta jump at like, yeah, that's what I thought, like at a specific time, and then you should be fine. So it wasn't too terrible, it's just like, you know, you gotta change your timing a little bit. And, yeah, it wasn't a good gem anyways. We got a lot of gold though, so, you know, that's a good thing. And we have enough gold for this, so let's increase the log capacity once again. I won't focus too much on these upgrades for now, because, you know, I mean, they don't cost too much, but at the same time, I don't think it's necessary yet. I mean, later on it will be very necessary, but early on it's not too much of an issue. Another homing cannon base. Okay. Let's try this. Ooh, actually, that was not a good idea, so let's try doing this instead. Yeah, okay, so this homing cannon is definitely gonna be an issue. We gotta find, like, the perfect opportunity to do this. Okay, so we've already lost a star. That's not a good sign. I guess it's like, Okay. Oh, wait, the secret bird, I forgot. Okay, that caught me for a surprise for a second. So let's try this, if we can. Yeah, that secret bird's definitely not making it easy. We've already hit 1 star, so you can see that there are some bases that I can't really do because, you know, it's a little bit tricky. And hopefully, well, I guess at this point it doesn't really matter because I'm just hoping for, like, yeah, 1 trap to go away so that it's going to make it slightly easier for us to get through this base if we can. So here we go, and yep, there we go. Now, if somehow we're super lucky, we can actually still get this gem, but as you can see, the chances are pretty slim. So we have enough time for 1 last raid, just for the fun of it, and I guess we'll try... let's see right here. We can try doing... Ooh, this space actually looks pretty interesting. So you do this, jump right here, and actually, well, it looked pretty interesting, but it was actually, like, pretty damn simple, so there you go. And can we get this now? And, no, not quite. Oh, well, it's fine. So... I guess that's going to be it for this second episode right here, guys. So we did a lot of progress, did a couple of single-player levels, did a ton of raiding, got a lot of gems right here, and actually got really lucky with this gem right here. And now we're 2nd place in the ranks, so we're definitely making our way up somewhere, so don't worry, we're definitely progressing. And so, you know, everything's looking pretty good in my opinion. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and also let me know, are you enjoying the tips that I'm giving? I know that's pretty self-explanatory, but I'm just doing this for the newer players who are watching this video, or these videos, I should say. And yeah, so that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.